Coach, this is what I'm talking about. NFL playoffs at Lambeau Field with a snowstorm camped out over the upper Midwest. Let's go. It's time for some great football in Green Bay. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Washington Redskins and the Green Bay Packers. Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. Set, ready. 18 data. Line 54. Hey, check.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Right there.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A big play there. 64 yards. As these guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 23. First carry for Darius Geis. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Here's Jackson. Over the middle, complete. It's Hodges. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
They go play action with Jackson. It's complete to Jones. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Jackson. Got a man on the right sideline. It's Williamson. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of the times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
That's what I do.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. His throw caught right around the 6. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 12 more yards there and another first down. Now Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
They'll run with Geis. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. Now a handoff here to his running back. Now the ball comes loose, and the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Gallagher. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd.
Let's go. Joker. Check 43.
Jackson from the shotgun. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And all the way down to the 40-yard line.
Let's go.
It's a big play that time for the Packers. 44 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer 1st down. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now.
Check. Lucky. Hey, watch it.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jones. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st. Back for the 2nd quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Back for the 2nd quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Check. Fresno. 66. Pull it. Half. Get wrong. Check 24. Shoot. Squeeze. Check 50.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. From 3 yards out. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point forthcoming.
The defense is doing their best, but they're struggling right now. They'll look for some help from their own offense to keep them in the game.
And this one through the uprights and good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
We know, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Able to force him out of the pocket right, but still able to complete it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On first down, this is Geis. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 49-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, come on, check the hot read.
On 2nd down, here's Haskins. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. 49 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our meeting with the head coach, and we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Right there.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Jackson now. And he will find his man on the outside. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Hey, pick your game up.
They go back to the ground with Jones. Jones hit, and the ball's out. Into the Redskins have it, they do.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On first down, Stanford. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, 32 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. So they went to the ground game on third, hoping to pick up the first. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having a pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, third down. They don't care that it's third and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call a running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up because I haven't met an offensive lineman yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
This is taken at the 3. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40.
But when the highlight is shown of this play, all attention is going to be on the person running with the football. But how about the group as a whole? Setting up that big-time return, yardage that we won't even account for in the box score, may help them win the game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Jones. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 21. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Jones. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
On 1st and goal, Dixon. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Ready? 56. You can't block me. You can't block me. Deuce. Slam. Extreme. 56 the mic, boys. 56. Yeah, Jay. Man, I got you.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Bucky Hodges as the first half is winding down. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now stands at 13. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
From the 31, Haskins. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and it's third down.
Kevin King there defensively.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. The Redskins send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC Wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, one of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
He's coming. We got double up. Right here, guys. Fight 51, Mike 51.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
This quarterback now, pretty remarkable. 14 of 15 through the air, only one incompletion. And another first and 10 here. On the toss play, this is Dixon. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 28-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
It's our time. It's our time. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. We don't want this. Check 31. Check 31. Check, 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 check. Let it go.
Now it's Jackson. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in-route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Montez Sweat with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will swell the lead to 16. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. I'm talking about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. On the move to his left. Looking left sideline, it's complete. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Here's Haskins. And he whips that one incomplete there. Was trying to get it to Darius Geis out of the backfield. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. And the catch made by Johnson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 39.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You had to go to the Tucker Roll, didn't you?
Yeah.
I think that's one people remember. But I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game in New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82. And the Dolphins fans will never.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick. But let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we own.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. But look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division. But they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
This is taken at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Now Haskins to throw it. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. 3rd down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Back to the ground on first. It's Geis. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Man, These guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
From the 41, Haskins. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the third quarter. Back now at Lambeau. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try and get it with Geis. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
A gain of 4 yards. And the Redskin first down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Come on. Let's go, let's go.
From the red zone now, Haskins on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. And the pressure gets to him again. Preston Smith, a milestone sack for him as it moves him past Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who finished his career with 132 and a half. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays.
44, Mike, 44. You must be getting tired of being late.
Out of the shotgun, Haskins. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. And this is not going to be anywhere close. No good. Way wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is. And there is nothing easy about being a kicker on a day like this.
Yeah, I tell you, not only is the footing tough in the snow, but kicking that ball is like kicking a rock. Very difficult to get any sort of feel on your kicks.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The drive begins with a run by Dixon. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Back. Echo. 51, Mike.
Right back to Dixon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Mike 51. Hey, let's get in them holes. 51's the mic.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell offense.
51's the mic. Here we go.
Jackson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
56, Mike, 56. I got one. Get it roll. West. Check the backer. Check three. Kill. Hey, turn it up. 6 guys. 6-3.
Now it's Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, fourth quarter. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit. Now the Redskin offense will stay out there and go for 2. They'll try and run it up the middle. And he's going to get into the end zone for 2. And they're back within 2 scores. Down 15 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw in this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Turn up. Kill. Turn up. 51's the mic, boy. 51. Yo.
They'll go again to Jones. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Ready? 6 to right. 56. Check 56.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check 26. Watch out.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Complete to Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking 1st down.
On 1st down, they go with Dixon. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Only a 1-yard gain, but good enough to just about finish this one off.
Check 56. Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Right back to him on first down. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And losing in this wild card round, you know, they've got something to build on, though, for next year. But I don't know if they want to hear that right now.
Maybe not at the moment, but once they get away from it a little bit and they get into their off-season program, they'll start to talk about that. And I like how you framed it, building blocks, you know, building this program up. And one of my favorite coaches always talks about brick by brick, you build a program. And this is one of those bricks to build them towards the next season where they think they have a chance to advance farther in the playoffs.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Packers are winners here as we say so long from Lambeau.